This is Tom Dillon, the Lifetime Liberal, and today is Friday, September 16th, 2016, and the title of this rant is Obama's Trickle-Up Economics, or as I would like to say, hey Republicans, you're wrong again, and you've been consistently wrong. Now, as for the last 8 years, Obama is a socialist, he's a Kenyan, he's a colonialist, he's a fascist, he's a communist. He's not a leader like Vladimir Putin, but what he has been able to do, he has been able to show that the government can work efficiently and effectively, and help families without having to give giveaways to the rich. So if we go back to 2012, in the election year 4 years ago, remember the job creators? Yes, we have to help out the job creators, even though we really know that if you have a service and people don't have the money to buy the service, then you can't hire people to be a job creator unless the people who are going to be buying that service have the money to buy it. So, but that's what they touted all along. They touted all along that redistribution, that what was the other thing? Well, they had the birther thing also quite a bit. But, so, what has come out and said this? And this is the reason why I really like Dr. Krugman. It's pointing out some things that are really going on and is taking us away somewhat from the campaign and showing what has truly gone on with the way government works in the last 8 years. Well, the Census Bureau just came out with the fact that 2015 was a good year. It's been a year that better than any year technically since 1999. As he said, we're partying like it's 1999 from the old Prince tune. And what has it showed in 2015 is that median income has gone up. Poverty has gone down, and the percentage of Americans with health insurance has gone up. And now, are we fully recovered from the Great Recession of 2008 or 2009? No, we're not really there. But there are many people who have been able to climb out much, much better. And we need to acknowledge this. Now, the Great Recession was a terrible thing. It took a long time to climb out of. We still have a long way to go. And so people have a right to feel a little bit better about what's going on. Now, this is a validation of Obama's policies. Again, that things can get better by the government helping people, helping average working people, helping families to move ahead. Now again, if we go back to 2012 with Romney, who accepted Donald Trump's endorsement, even though Trump was the biggest birther there was out there, and everyone in the Republican Party knew it was a scam, knew it was a lie, and just like Colin Powell said, it was all about race. And Dr. Krugman affirmed that was all about race also. And I'd like to say, yes, it was all about race, but it was also about white heritage. So what was going on in 2012 was the birther movement, the redistribution, the 47%, the Paul Ryan, the lazy guy who's on welfare, who's sleeping on the hammock in the afternoon, just idling his time away because he doesn't want to work because the government's providing for him. But what actually happened that helped set up some of these policies? Well, one of the things that had happened was that Obama let the tax cuts to the rich that Bush insisted they had to have in 2002 or 2003, let them subside, let them expire. And the Republicans were all aghast about all of this, that, it was going to cause incredible amount of hardship, especially for the job creators. And he did let it lapse. He did let it expire in 2013. And what did he do with this extra money? And of course, it got to the point where the rich then also were being taxed at a rate that it was going back to 1979, at least according to Dr. Krugman. What has happened since then? Well, of course, we've had, 70 straight months of continuous job growth. Is it enough? No, it's not enough. Remember, Mitt Romney said in 2012 at this time that if he was elected that the unemployment rate would be down to 6% by now. And now it's at 4.9%. And of course, it'll go into the election about the same unless there's a tremendous, tremendous catastrophe, which we don't want to have happen. But all of this stuff that the Republicans have talked about from 2012 until to now, the birtherism, which was all over the place, the redistribution, the 47%, the people sleeping on the hammock all day long, the tax cuts for the rich that Obama let expire, they were going to cause massive problems in this country. That the Affordable Care Act was a job killer, and it was just going to kill jobs all over the place. And from the day it was signed until right now, we have had 70-some months of uninterrupted job growth. Now, I'd like to point out, do we need to do better? Yes. Was it enough? No, it wasn't enough. What was that other thing called? I got to look for it right here. Was the stimulus enough? No, the stimulus was not enough. There is still a long way to go. The minimum wage has to come up. There's a lot of things that still need to be done. But from an overall standpoint, that the ACA was not a job killer, and things have gotten better, and it has shown that government can work and can work efficiently to make things better for the average working person. Now, in a lot of ways, a lot of the polling has been going, oh, you're better off now than you were before, blah, 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 this kind of stuff. But what we have found out also is that we have found out that a lot of our friends who watch Fox News actually fully believe that they're not better off right now. Okay, if you watch Fox, people who watch Fox actually believe that the employment rate has not gone down, that the stock market has not gone down. Well, the employment rate was over 10% when Obama came in, and now it's at 4.9%. I believe the stock market was about 7,500 to 8,000 right around that time. It's around 16,000 right now. So rich people have done really fucking well ever since Obama has come into office, because the stock market is where they make a lot of their money. All right? And again, as I like to point out, could things have been better? Could the stimulus have been more? Yes, all of these things could have happened. But let's remember one other pertinent thing when I'm talking about our friends on the other side in terms of the GOP. They have fought every single thing that Obama has tried to do tooth and nail from before the time he actually took office, because they decided they weren't going to do anything to help him. And again, it's all about race. It's all about white heritage. Now, I don't think this is going to change anyone's votes, anyone for Hillary or anyone for Trump. But remember that Hillary is looking to have a continuation and, let's just say, an expansion of Obama's policies, and Trump is going to go for a complete correction. Remember, Trump wants to get rid of the Affordable Care Act right away. I can't think of, he's got to have 50 things that he's going to do in the first hour that it's going to take more than an hour. So he won't even be able to be part of the inauguration parade, because he's got so many things he's going to do in the first hour in terms of repealing Obama's stuff. But let's just remember, things have gotten better. Government can work efficiently and effectively. Obama had made that happen. He got it even though the Republicans were against him about every single thing that he tried to do for the American, to help better the American people. And a lot of them still do not believe that we are even better off. They don't believe that the employment rate went down. They don't believe the stock market's ahead. So, this is a good reminder, that this is what will that this election has consequences, big consequences.